Tell me you miss it when Star Trek was good without telling me you miss it when Star Trek was good. Hi, my name is William James. I'm the host of this weird little thing on the internet we call the Bald Book Geek. If you go down in the thing, you can find all my information, links, like, share, and subscribe as always. Hi! What is Star Trek Lower Decks? Star Trek Lower Decks is a adult-themed cartoon series which is on CBS All Access. I think it's Paramount Plus in the US, and in the UK it's on Amazon Prime. The first animated series since the 1970s Star Trek The Animated Series. But this follows, by the way, that's brilliant, by the way, watch that. This follows low-ranking crew members of the u.s.s. starship in 2380. So it's set in the Star Trek universe. Earth is part of a multi-species planetary federation. Yes, I'm reading this because I have a script. The Federation's military and exploring division, and Starfleet operates starships across the galaxy. And they establish contact with alien races. Lower Decks focuses on a support crew of one of the Starfleet's least important ships. Here we go. This actually had the idea of being really funny. I thought, you know what, I like the writer in this, and I find it strange it fits into the canon when it doesn't feel canon. Maybe it's just the fact that it's a cartoon. It's set just after Star Trek Nemesis, so that kind of puts in the timeline, and there's a few references to it, and that's kind of it. It doesn't really flow. The narrative is kind of off. It kind of feels like fan fiction, which is also Discovery's problem. The design has that horrible Rick and Morty art style that I cannot stand. That's a personal gripe. I don't like Rick and Morty. I don't like that art style. I don't like Tumblr art. Everything's kind of soft and squirrely, and it's just horrible, isn't it? I do like the little nods, though, where they've put the little nods to the uniforms that were going to be used in Star Trek Generations and stuff like that. It's also very, I think the animation just looks cheap. It does look really cheap, and that's something that it kind of, everything looks really flat and uneven. But again, that's my preference for the art style. I watched through the entire first season, and I kind of sat there thinking, what the hell is this? Okay, so here's my review. I don't enjoy like I said, I don't enjoy the art, but I think the writing is just cringy. The writing feels basic, it feels uninteresting. The writing is trying so hard to be funny that there's sometimes build up to things and there's good moments, but it just doesn't flow very well into the narrative, and you end up with these weird characters and these weird situations that don't quite work. You also wind up with character plots and moments that don't go anywhere, which is really annoying. But also I find that with recent Trek, it's trying so hard to bank on your nostalgia that it doesn't want to be original. For example, Star Trek Discovery, the second half of Season 1 was really good. Season 2 had the best cast. Season 3, it was god-awful. And I'm picking on Discovery because it's low-hanging fruit. I loved Picard because it felt like a natural continuation of the Star Trek universe. In a franchise that's so obsessed with prequels, why don't we get something about the World War III or the Engineering War? Or, wouldn't that be fascinating? It's such a rich universe that they throw these prequels at us over and over again that just don't work. Before everyone moans at me, I also get that there's always going to be a visual disjointedness between a prequel and the series it's set before, just because of the nature of design and how we design it. Even if we recreated the original Trek sets, it would always look somehow more advanced, partly because of how we shoot things now in resolution. So Star Trek Enterprise will always look more advanced than the original series. But what I found with Star Trek now is that they're banking on nostalgia. And I'm worried about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, because that's shaping up to be really good. I like Pike and his crew, but I'm worried we're going to fall into woke fan fiction again. Lower Decks just failed to me as a Star Trek series. I did like the cameos. I did love the little moments where you had Q appear, you had Riker appear, you had Troy appear. Obviously, you can't do Riker without Troy. For a show with many ideas, it doesn't seem to just go anywhere. It doesn't fit into what they're trying to do. And it is a shame that it could have been funny. I feel like it could have been brilliant, but It's not. I wouldn't rate this as a terrible TV show, but I wouldn't rate it as brilliant. I would say it's average. It's middling at best, and just kind of feels that sort of bad meme humor that comes through and stuff like that. It just really annoys me. I know this is really ranty. Star Trek Lower Decks could have been amazing, and that's what I find really frustrating about it.